Drug abuse is a complex issue with various causes and contributing factors. Here are some of the common causes of drug abuse. 1. Mental health issues. Many people struggling with mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, or trauma turn to drugs as a coping mechanism. 2. Peer pressure. Influence from friends or social circles can lead to experimentation and addiction. 3. Family history. Individuals with a family history of addiction are more likely to develop substance use disorders. 4. Trauma. People who have experienced physical, emotional, or sexual abuse may turn to drugs to self-medicate and cope with their emotions. 5. Stress and coping mechanisms. Some individuals use drugs as a way to manage stress, anxiety, or other negative emotions. 6. Early exposure. Early exposure to drugs, either through experimentation or prescription, can increase the risk of addiction. 7. Lack of education and awareness. Limited understanding of drug risks and effects can contribute to abuse. 8. Accessibility and availability. Easy access to drugs, especially prescription medications, can increase the likelihood of abuse. 9. Brain chemistry. Imbalances in brain chemistry, such as dopamine and serotonin, can contribute to addiction. 10. Environmental factors. Exposure to drugs at an early age, poverty, and social environments that normalize drug use can all contribute to drug abuse. It's important to recognize that drug abuse is a complex issue, and treatment and support are available for those struggling with addiction. Substance abuse is a global problem, but some regions and countries face more severe drug problems than others. Here are some of the parts of the world where drug abuse is most prevalent. Superscript 1. Europe and North America. These regions have the highest rates of drug use worldwide, with an estimated 14.8 million and 11.3 million people suffering from drug use disorders. Australia. This country has one of the highest rates of drug use in the world, particularly for amphetamines, opioids, and cannabis. Southeast Asia. The region has faced significant drug problems, particularly with methamphetamine and heroin. Africa. Drug use is increasing in many African countries, particularly among youth and in urban areas. Latin America. Countries like Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia struggle with high rates of drug use and production. When someone misuses drugs or alcohol, they may not develop an addiction. However, substance misuse does increase the risk of dependency and having a substance use disorder. There are some simple ways to guard against addiction. Mental health. Many of us exercise and pay attention to our diet because we understand the importance of physical health. However, an individual's overall well-being involves both a healthy body and a healthy mind. Therefore, being aware of your mental health status is key to preventing substance use disorder. Depression, anxiety disorders, and other conditions like OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or even ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, all lead someone to misuse drugs if they aren't properly treated. Education. Being aware of how addiction can develop and how specifically certain drugs like prescription medications can lead to dependency gives individuals the tools they need to identify high-risk actions and situations. Last but not the least, community support. People are social creatures, and having family, friends, and loved ones to turn to can do a lot to prevent addiction by providing support during times of stress. Being an active part of a community is also a good way to be held accountable for one's actions. We come to end of this episode. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in our next episode.